Some people have argued that Jared Leto was the worst Joker ever. I don't know if that's true, but we may possibly not see him again. That is according to what he has said in the aftermath of what has happened with Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I think what happened, he said things like, "I've been tricked into the role."
Yep.
After months and months of like hyping this up, putting out
Preparation
teases on his Snapchat, on his Instagram.
Method acting, or as I like to call it, marketing acting.
Yeah, apparently he did some really not
Weird
cool things
stuff.
on the set. Like
Super
he
weird.
never broke character. He
Yeah.
had a dead pig shipped in as a gift, and it was full of bullets. Sent used condoms out to people. Gave
mad.
Margot Robbie a rat. I would argue that's unprofessional, but that's not what we're talking about today.
I wouldn't exactly classify the Joker as professional to begin with, and he is a method actor, so I mean, you gotta kind of
Yeah, you can just get away
factor
with
that
any
in.
old behavior if you say it's method.
Hollywood.
So he wasn't really pleased. I mean, what's also weird is he said he hasn't seen the final version, but
Yeah.
he does understand that a lot of his work that he did, that he prepared for, that he was borderline not cool for off the set, was cut from the final
Yeah,
film.
he says there's enough to make a Joker movie.
If I were to die.
That many, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So basically, he was pretty honest about it in the aftermath, which is weird because you would think that Warner Brothers would put him on a contract that just says, don't disparage us, but he has been disparaging them, and he has very specific words for them for what ended up being the Joker's final role.
We have a quote?
Yeah. Fuck him!
Ah.
Yeah,
very
maybe
profound.
he meant it in joke. I
Hey.
don't know. This was also in response to them saying he loves to rock climb, and they didn't want him to rock climb or hurt himself. So that was his response to that, and I'm sure he enjoyed some rocks after that moment. I didn't mean that in a gross way, but you can read it that way. Yeah, so this is not good.
I don't know how I feel about it all.
This shows, I mean, if...
Like Jared Leto.
Here's the lesson I took away from this.
What do you have?
Which is, okay, we know that Warner Brothers meddled a lot in this movie. We've been covering a lot of stories. There were 2 competing cuts of the film.
Yeah, they altered it, right, to keep up with the trend.
There's a compromise.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things going on behind the scenes, perhaps on the executive level. But when you meddle with the film, you stand to lose the goodwill of your lead actor, and that seems to be of what has happened. He's probably locked into a contract, we can assume, where he has to come back and play the Joker again.
What's weird is, like, he was never supposed to be the lead actor. Like, the Suicide Squad isn't about the Joker.
Yeah.
It's like they were just ham-fistedly cramming him in the movie to have the Joker and to have that appeal and to get people to come to theaters and pay the money and watch the movie. And then at the end they were like, oh, wait a minute.
I really
Batman
think
versus Superman.
they should have made a standalone Harley and Joker movie
Yeah,
and
they
just
should have.
cut the rest of the Suicide Squad.
They should have. But I feel like that's also a huge undertaking. Like, without having any sort of tiptoe into the scene type of thing with the Joker and Harley, especially coming right off of Batman and Superman, which was a modern travesty, to be honest. Like, what happened with that movie, So
my dad liked it.
Well, yeah. Some people liked it. Some people like Suicide Squad. And to be fair, I didn't think it was as bad as everyone is making it out to be. Now, by no means does that mean that I think it's good.
I liked Suicide Squad a lot better than Batman v Superman.
Is it a fine? Leaps and bounds beyond Batman and Superman. It's a way better movie, but that doesn't mean it's a good movie, right? Like, it was fine. It was a trip to the movie theater, and it was scrambled, and you could see. The problem is we don't consume movies just as a movie anymore, right? We consume them as this holistic view of media. We watch the trailers, we watch the stories unfold on social media, we follow the actors to see little leaks. It's a much bigger picture. And when you go to the movie theaters, you don't go in blind, you go in with a preconceived notion. And when they flip-flop that on you, simply to meet the needs of the market, you kind of feel alienated and disenfranchised. You're like, what does this even have to do with anything anymore? Are they simply just trying to sell tickets, or do they want to tell a good story? And I feel like the Marvel Universe is the complete opposite, where they've invested the time. They've taken a long time. They've crafted every single element of each character so that you feel an attachment. Suicide Squad is, here's a guy, by the way, he's dead now. It's like, wait, he was in the movie literally for 30 seconds, but he has his own billboard.
Oh, you mean Slipknot?
Who?
Yeah. Who?
Sorry.
That guy they introduced to be killed?
Sorry. Yeah, literally his whole
Kinda.
exposition was, hey man, I'm here to die. Cool,
He
dude.
didn't get one of those cards that explained what they did
No.
with all the graphics
No,
either.
he didn't even, the way he got introduced, it was like all the villains were opening cases and like, you guys just got out of maximum security because you're the worst of the worst. Hey, can you get that guy out of the van? Yeah, he's already dressed up with a gun. Cool, bring him out here. Anyways, it's like, what? He had literally, he was
I don't
only
think he
there
had
to die.
lines.
No, well, he did.
Maybe one or two.
He had a, I'm with you, or something like that.
Okay.
That forgettable.
Yeah.
What? Slipknot, get out of here.
His powers are cool, man. He could climb anything.
Ugh. He can climb anything. And the one time he goes to climb, he blows up. Like, well, no, he didn't
Right
climb that
away.
very well. Did he?
Okay, yeah.
God, that movie.
Yeah. I mean, you can say what you want, but the thing is, you gotta, you can't well, I mean, you shouldn't disenfranchise the audience, but you definitely shouldn't disenfranchise your actors
Yeah,
who ostensibly you want to work with in the future. I mean,
that's the worst.
it doesn't seem like, and maybe it's not just because it's not publicized, that Warner Brothers has their DCEU universe out,
Right.
you know, completely marked and planned out. Like Marvel has planned way in advance.
Way in advance,
Like
yeah.
maybe we're at 5 years in advance now.
Right.
They-
DC's like heavily banking on that. Like we have the multiverse thing, right?
Yeah,
like,
but they just haven't really said anything yet. Like, we can assume we're going to see Batman and the Joker face off. And we can assume that Ben Affleck is going to get
He
his
was good.
Batman project.
He was awesome.
Well, the thing about Ben Affleck is, you know, he's going to be directing that movie too.
Yeah.
So luckily,
And he's just a good director, that guy.
yeah, but also he can say, like, if the studio says, do it this way, he could say, hey, I'm Batman, I can walk.
I'm
What are you
Batman.
going to do?
I'm not.
You've
gonna do
already
that.
built me up as Batman. If I leave, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And
Also, he's like, look at my resume. I think I know how to make the right decisions.
yeah, so maybe that'll be good. We also talked
hope so.
about Patty Jenkins firing back about someone saying Wonder Woman is a mess.
Ooh. Oh, really?
It was on that open letter to
Oh, I didn't know
Kevin.
that.
Yeah, it was from a former WB employee saying, you know, you're sinking the ship with your creative decisions and blah, blah, blah. That is another Nerd Alert video that I will link you to. But
Let me ask you this. Affleck comes back, directs a Batman movie. Let's say they are having the Joker back as the villain. Would you go? Would you personally go, Leto? Leto?
Leto.
Okay.
He's already been built as the Joker. Wouldn't it be weird if we recast him again?
I mean, after all of this, I don't think it would be that weird. It would be one of those, another one. But I feel like after all of this drama, I don't know. Here's the thing, Instagram loves it. Like everyone's
What?
dressing up as the Joker, everyone's posting pictures of it, and it's undeniably popular with a certain demographic, right? Like, not everyone hates this Joker in
A
Harley.
lot of people, I mean, at least when we were first introduced to the picture, were like, what the
What's
hell?
going
Why does
on?
he have a face tattoo that says damaged?
Yeah, but they cut out a whole scene. Did you hear about this?
No.
So
Well,
originally,
no, they cut it,
They
but I
cut a
don't know
million
what they
things.
cut.
It was a scene where it was a flashback to the Joker fighting Batman, and he is burning Wayne Manor.
Mm-hmm.
And then Batman is like, you've gone too far, and completely mollywops the Joker and breaks all of his teeth. And so he has to get the silver teeth to replace them, and he's upset that he lost his actual smile and he'll never smile the same. So that's why he tattoos it on his hand and does this thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like this whole backstory that they didn't even provide into the movie.
Yeah, that solidifies my thesis that they should have made a Harley and Joker movie
There you
before
go.
they made Suicide Squad. So that we
Reinforcement.
could see what was going on there. It's just too much. It's like cramming all these characters and things, and, you could
making
argue,
you care about them. Like, you have to care about them, okay? This
No,
is
no,
what's
I
gonna
didn't
matter.
care about
I know,
Katana.
but you don't.
She shouldn't have been there. But
you mean the girl who talks to her wife sword? Like, that's
Husband
all I
sword.
know. Husband sword? Yeah, well,
yeah,
excuse me.
that's Katana. Her husband's dead.
Real deep
He's
story.
in the sword. The sword eats souls. Okay, that's all you get from
Wait,
her.
magic?
Yeah.
It's like, where did that come from? And also, like, these are supposed to be the top criminals that are gonna, like, this elite squad that can stop anything, and they literally got a girl in heels with a baseball bat, surrounded by soldiers with guns.
Well, I think Harley's power is that she thinks she can do anything. And she did use that power a few times.
She did.
And I like her, but I would love
liked
to
her.
see her more fleshed out. And I would love
Sure.
to see that Joker story more fleshed out. And I'm sure Jared Leto would too. Audience, would you watch another, let's say, Justice League universe movie with a different Joker? Let us
Yeah.
know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.